There's been so many stories this year in the NBA that are just inspiring. There was Jeremy Lin coming out of nowhere to start for the Knicks, carry them, get them some crucial wins, maybe take them to the playoffs even. Isaiah Thomas, the last draft pick, performing at a really high level for the Sacramento Kings. But to me, one of the most inspiring stories so far has been one that has arisen this week, and it's Lester Hudson for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, every once in a while, there's a player that comes out of the D-League that excels in the NBA. It's a rare occurrence. It's always a rare occurrence when a player comes up from a lower league and is able to excel against better players than he's ever played against his whole life. You know, sometimes when you get to a higher level, you perform at a higher level than you're used to, because you're surrounded by players who are better than you, so it heightens the way that you play. I know that when I played soccer in high school, when I played with better players, I definitely played better. I was a better soccer player when I played with better players because they forced me to play better. You know, a lot of players don't have the ability to step up like that against better players. And I think that what Lester Hudson has done these last few days has just been insane. I mean, he hit, not just in terms of his stats, but in terms of the shots that he's been taking. I mean, he hit a shot that sent the game into overtime. Are you kidding me? The day he gets called up into the D-League, and the emotion that he put on display after hitting that shot was just, it was amazing. And players, how many players have had that kind of potential but just never lived up to it? I mean, I'm sure there's another D-League player that, if called up, put in the right situation, would excel like he did, but it's just a lot of players don't get the opportunity to do that. And it's not just D-League players, it's also like high school players. I know that there was a lot of, between like 2000 and 2005, there was a lot of, high school draft picks that never lived up to their potential. And was that just because they weren't put in the right situation, or the right coaching was not, put upon them? You'll never know, because they never were able to live up to that potential. So every once in a while, a gem comes along and stuns us. And I think what Lester Hudson has done as of late is jaw-dropping. And when I played soccer in high school, there was this one kid on my team who was just a beast. He was the best player on the team, clearly. Everybody knew it. The coach knew it. All the players knew it. Everybody knew it. He was clearly better than everybody that he played with. Miles ahead of us in terms of physicality, vision, everything. Played for one of the top soccer teams in the nation for his club team. But he went on to play in college at not the best college. And you may ask yourself why that happened. And I think it's because the coach that we had didn't have the best networking skills and wasn't able to get him the scholarship that he deserved, and his coach for his club team was too busy dealing with all the other players that were on his club team, and some of them had more money than him, this and that, because he didn't actually I think he got a scholarship to play for the club team because he had to pay a lot of money, but he played for free. So I don't think the coach really helped him out as much as he should have. But the point that I'm trying to make is that he didn't live up to his potential. And this happens all the time in sports, whether it's because of an injury, because of the situation that you're put in as a player, the coach not giving you an opportunity, any of those. It could be a plethora of reasons that you don't live up to your potential as an athlete. But I think that when someone like Lester Hudson or Jeremy Lin or Isaiah Thomas or Chandler Parsons, even, he's contributing, wasn't really a very high draft pick. When they live up to their potential in the fashion that they do, I just think it's amazing. And there's, how many other gyms out there are there? I mean, nobody knows how many players could have been a Lester Hudson or a Gerald Green or I think DJ Augustine was called up from the D-League. There's a bunch of players out there like that. Or I might be thinking Raymond Felton, I don't know. Y'all can correct me in the comments, but I just wanted to take a minute to recognize Lester Hudson and what he's done. and I'm actually commentating this not over any gameplay, so I'll probably just like play Create a Legend with Lester Hudson and just throw it over that. But I was just inspired by what he's done recently, and the stories in the NBA this year have just been amazing. I don't really remember a year where there's been this many amazing stories. I remember Brandon Jennings dropping 55, but I mean, he was a top 20 draft pick. So leave your thoughts on what you think is the best story in the NBA so far. Jeremy Lin, Isaiah Thomas, or Lester Hudson. For me, I might actually go with Lester Hudson just because he's an older player, but it all depends on whether or not he can continue what he's done. But I don't know. What Jeremy Lin's done is pretty amazing also, so I'm not really too sure about that. Maybe I'm being contradictory, or I'm just living in the heat of the moment. I don't know. But anyways, leave your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. This has been Govier. Peace.